Okay, show you where everything's mounted in this car. Obviously, this is the dash. With the fast mounted right here on the heater box, basically. Okay, there's the harness. Hang on. Okay. Ouch. Sorry, it's a little cramped underneath here. Okay. Fast computer harness goes right there. None of this is ignition related under here, but the harness goes through this plug right here by the pedal, and then right here by the column are the other two harnesses feeding out of the system. So this is the main harness right here going through. I'm sorry if the light isn't good. I don't really know what else to do. I mean, it's underneath the dash of a car, so it's a little bit messy anyway, but there's really nothing special underneath here. Most of this wiring is the factory harness that, you know, the radio and the heater and everything else that's underneath here, the AC harness, all that. But everything runs right here. I want to take you out and show you where this comes through on the other side. Okay. Let's see if I can get some light down here. Okay, the factory, or the fast harness rather, comes out to the firewall just below the wiper motor, which it's hard to show you on the phone, but this is the loom. You can see, if I can get everything out of the way, down by the steering shaft. It comes out right there. As I showed you in a video before, everything is somewhat tucked down behind the motor so as to be as far away from plug wires and everything else as possible, which just means that it is that much more difficult to get on video. There is the throttle body harness, which is folded over down behind the block. I mean, the wires are a good bit higher. I mean, you can see the bottom of the distributor there, and it's down even further, so it's tucked down basically on top of the bell housing. The rest of the harness is right here with the various fuses. Everything is just sort of tucked away right here. Let me go around to the other side. I'll show you how the distributor and the throttle body harness are routed. The distributor harness with the 12-volt switched is in this little bundle. It comes, my hand out of the way. The factory harness, if you can see it, it's a better light. There we go. You can see where the factory harness kind of wraps around the back of the distributor. right there. It then bundles together and then ties and goes right into the distributor. This I just have tucked down and laying right here on top of the back of the intake. There's really nothing else back here that would be causing any interference with that. The throttle body harness obviously comes out the back of the throttle body. It passes by one plug wire, just one, and then feeds down beside the distributor and then down back behind the block. There is really, I mean, there's not much else electrical. I mean, this one wire right here just sort of sits on top, and I could tuck that out of the way, but you know, it's just a single wire. That is the most contact it has. I suppose with maybe the exception of coming within some distance of the distributor harness, which you can sort of see back here. There's a little bit of gap between the two, but you know, they're not touching, they're not laying on each other. That's pretty much it. The battery power, I'll explain what we have going on over here. The top post now feeds down, ties into this wire, which runs to a fused, basically what you'd see on a small car stereo amplifier, a 40 amp fuse, runs back behind the core support. You can see it right here, comes over here, ties into this, which you have one main wire feeding the relay, and then I believe these wires feed headlight relays. Yes, these two smaller red wires feed headlight relays, so this feeds the main relay for both the 12 volt switched and the fast, or the MSD box, which you can see here. Thick red wire goes all the way back up to the harness. This little red wire runs into the MSD box, and this black wire feeds to a ground, which is right here. Behind that ground is bare metal. So that's ground, and then the switched wire is this black wire, which also runs all the way back up through the inner fender. It's these red and black wires here run down. That feeds into the pink 12 volt switched wire. I know that was a shaky, messy video, but hopefully that helps you better understand how everything is wired.